Let me ask you this. How many times did they try to bury you? How many times did the knife of betrayal twist deeper because it was held by hands you swore were safe? You're here, breath ragged, heart scarred, eyes blazing. That pain, it's not a death sentence. It's a battle cry. You think scars mean you're broken? No. They're proof you fought hell and didn't flinch. Someone left you in the wreckage? Good. Now rise from it. Let the fire that burned your trust forge your armor. This isn't about surviving. It's about stealing back your power, roaring louder than the lies that choked you. You want transformation? Then stop kneeling at the grave of what hurt you. Stand. Fight. The night tried to kill you. So steal its stars and set your soul on fire. Today, you rewrite the story. And I dare you to make it hurt. You ever felt a knife twist in your chest? But the blade's made of a name you whispered like a prayer. That's betrayal. It's not just falling, it's hitting concrete while their laughter echoes your collapse. They said you'd crumble, right? Told you were weak. A flicker. A thing to discard. But rock bottom isn't your grave. It's the furnace. Feel your ribs crack? That's your cage breaking. See the ruins around you? You're the architect now. Let their doubt be the kindling. Burn it all. Rise, raw and roaring. Because the darkest nights forge the sharpest stars. They wanted you broken. Fine. Build a cathedral from the rubble. Crown yourself with every scar. Now, fight. Betrayal isn't a wound, it's a spark. Let it burn the weakness out of you. They handed you knives with their lies, but you'll forge blades from the flames. Did they think you'd crumble? Beg for mercy? No. You're a wildfire now. Every scar, every scream they left in your chest, that's fuel. Grace is for the deserving. Take your rage and weaponize it. Let their poison feed your purpose. Rise louder. Grind harder. Conquer every doubt they carved into your bones. Let your silence roar vengeance. When they see you shine, let their guilt sear brighter than your pain. Forgiveness? Save it for the weak. Your scars don't whisper victim, they scream legacy. Turn hell into horsepower. Push. Fight. Win. Make them regret ever doubting you. Success is the sharpest middle finger. Now go bury their cruelty under your triumph. When the world tells you loneliness is weakness, tell them strength is forged in silence. What if being alone isn't failure but fuel? A fire to burn away dependency, to rebuild yourself without begging for permission or applause. They say, no one can survive alone, but roots grow deepest when storms try to rip them from the earth. Betrayal, pain, abandonment. These aren't proofs you're broken. They're chisels. Carve the armor you'll wear to rise, not as someone who doesn't need people, but as someone no one can break. Let them question your solitude while you outwork their doubts. Let them call you lonely while you turn grit into granite. Today, choose yourself, not because others left, but because you realized you were always the storm. Walk forward, not untouched, not unafraid, unbreakable. Pain doesn't vanish. It etches itself into your bones, carving stories of survival into your skin. Think those scars are weaknesses? Wrong. They're armor. Every betrayal, every fracture, every night you drowned in doubt, those aren't weights dragging you under. They're fire. Forge yourself in it. Let the heat bend your spine into steel and your tears into resolve. You think brokenness is the end? It's raw material. Rise, but not just whole. Sharper, wiser, unbreakable. The world tried to bury you? Good. Now dig your fists into the earth and claw your way back, teeth bared, eyes blazing. You've bled too much to fade. Every wound is a lesson. Every loss, a weapon. Stop shrinking from the storm. Become the storm. Because survival isn't enough. Reinvent. Reign. You thought I'd crumble under your doubt? That betrayal would break me? Hear this. Every lie you whispered, every door you slammed, forged me in flames. While you waited for my failure, I built empires from ashes. Look, now, I'm the diamond you couldn't shatter, the storm you couldn't silence. To those who doubted, your fear fed my fire. To those who left, your exit armed my fight. You don't own my victory after betting on my fall. I turned your never into now, your hate into my crown. This rise, my reckoning. And when you hear my name, know this. You underestimated the monster you created. The punchline's yours, but I'm just getting started. Who said the fire in you died? Those ashes of doubt? That pain choking your resolve? Burn it. Now. This is the roar of your comeback, raw, unyielding, a hurricane tearing through every no, every betrayal, every voice that claimed you'd stay down. No more crawling, no more compromises. Your hunger isn't a spark, it's an inferno. Let the doubters choke on their whispers. Let the past crumble under your stride. Every setback, a stepping stone. Every scar, proof you outlived the storm. This isn't hope. This is a declaration. You are the wall breaking the tide. You are the fist that shatters limits. No hell, no failure, no ghost of weakness owns you anymore. The throne's empty. Claim it. Earn it. Now burn brighter. Betrayal cuts deep. It ignites a rage that can either burn you alive or forge you into something unbreakable. What if that fire isn't your enemy? What if it's the fuel you've been missing? Harness it. Every scar, every lie, every broken promise, let them harden your resolve. The greatest victories are born from the darkest pain. Think of champions who turned humiliation into hustle. Underdogs who clawed their way up with fury as their compass. Your anger isn't weakness. It's raw, untamed power. Don't let it consume you. Direct it. Break barriers. Prove them wrong. Climb higher, not despite the betrayal, but because of it. Let your rage build the focus to outwork, outthink, outlast. The choice is yours. Let the wound define you, or let it ignite a fire that no one can extinguish. Rise. Fight. Win. You're not broken. You're a storm waiting to roar. When betrayal guts your spirit and failure chars your resolve, remember, ashes birth phoenixes. They thought flames would end you? No. Those fires forge steel from grief. Feel the heat? That's your power boiling over. Every lie, every fall, every wound kindling for your rebirth. You think darkness wins? Watch as embers ignite wings. Rise. Not patched but remade. Not cautious but volcanic. Let them gawk at the inferno you've become. What is broken can be rebuilt sharper. What burns can blaze brighter. You are not debris. You are the storm in the smoke, the roar from the ruin. Stumble? Good. Now fly. The sky was always yours. Phoenixes don't beg for mercy. They own the damn fire. When the world turns its back, that's when you dig deeper. They say you can't. Prove them wrong. They laugh. Let their doubt fuel your fire. Adversity isn't a wall, it's a staircase. Every betrayal, every no, every moment that tries to break you is a test. Will you let their noise drown your voice? Or will you rise, raw and unyielding, and scream, "Watch me"? Self-belief isn't arrogance, it's armor. It's the grit to stare down the storm and say, "Is that all you've got?" Pain fades, scars heal, but the strength you forge when you choose to trust yourself, that's permanent. Tomorrow belongs to those who refuse to surrender today. So burn bright. Even in the dark, you are the match. Strike it when the world slams a door in your face. Do you collapse or kick it down? True grit isn't about avoiding falls. It's about rising bloodied, again and again, until the ground itself learns your name. Every setback is a stepping stone forged in the fire of your defiance. Betrayal? Let it carve resilience into your bones. Failure? Let it fuel the engine of your hunger. You think champions are born from smooth roads? No. They're sculpted by storms, by the refusal to let pain write their story. When doubters whisper quit, scream louder with your actions. Every scar is proof you're still fighting. So what if the mountain is steep? Claw your way up. What if the night is endless? Burn brighter. The world needs warriors who turn struggle into strength, who stare down the impossible and say, "Watch me. Keep rising, no matter what." You think betrayal breaks you? Pain isn't a cage, it's a detonator. They doubted your fire? Good. Let their knives carve deeper. Every scar is a receipt proving you survived what should have slaughtered you. You believed in limits? Those chains were illusions. Smash them. Burn the ashes. They said you'd collapse? Rise. Not just past their expectations, crush the horizon they swore you'd never reach. Hurt is fuel. Betrayal is permission to outgrow their smallness. Stumble? No. You don't crawl from battles. You march, bloody and unyielding, toward the summit they'll never see. Now, go. Burn brighter. Eclipse. The scars betrayal leaves aren't cracks in your spirit. They're proof you survived the shattering. Think they make you weak? No. Healing isn't erasing the wounds. It's stitching yourself back with threads of defiance, rebuilding a fortress where ruins once bled. Every storm carves mountains into something unbreakable. Did you think pain would drown you? Let it fuel you. Forgive not for them, but to reclaim your voice from their poison. Trust again? Maybe. But first, trust the courage it takes to stand when your bones scream quit. Anger burns? Good. Let it forge resolve, not chains. This isn't about forgetting. It's clawing peace from the dirt, daring to believe in tomorrow. Each scar whispers, "I bore this. I bore it all." Now look at them. Not reminders of what broke you, but trophies of what you outlived. You're here, burning, breathing, rising. That's the victory they can't touch. Holding on to resentment is like gripping a burning coal, expecting others to get burned. When does the pain become yours? Those chains of anger? You forged them yourself. Every grudge you clutch, every betrayal you relive. It's not justice. It's a cage. Think you're punishing others by staying bitter? You're sentencing yourself to a life of dead weight. How long will you let their actions dictate your freedom? Hear this. True strength isn't in enduring the hurt. It's in dropping it. Let it go. Burn the grudges. Bury the bitterness. When you release what suffocates your growth, you reclaim power. The past can't hold you if you refuse to carry it. So ask yourself, do you want to be chained to what broke you, or free to become what you're meant to be? Rise. Now. Not when it's easy. Now. What if every scar wasn't a wound but a lesson? Hardship isn't here to break you. It's the ruthless teacher that demands you evolve. Betrayal strips illusions, forcing clarity. Failure isn't defeat, it's data. You think rock bottom is a grave? Dig deeper. It's foundation. They tried to bury you? They didn't know you were a seed? Every crack in your spirit? That's where grit floods in. Yeah, it hurts. But But warriors aren't forged in comfort. So stand. Let every storm you've weathered scream this truth. You didn't survive to stay small. You're here to rise, sharpened by the grind, ready to conquer. Forgiveness isn't weakness. It's not a free pass for those who hurt you. It's chains breaking. Think about it. How heavy is the anger you've carried? How many sleepless nights did you waste replaying their actions, letting their choices steal your peace? Forgiveness cuts the rope. It's choosing to stop letting their mistakes define your pain. Yes, they wronged you, but holding on to resentment is drinking poison and hoping they die. You think clinging to rage punishes them? No, it cages you. Real strength isn't swallowing bitterness. It's staring down the hurt and saying, "You don't own me anymore." It takes courage to release the heat of vengeance and replace it with cold, clean resolve. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve freedom. Stand up, breathe, let the weight fall. Then watch how high you rise when you're no longer anchored to the past. So they thought they could bury you. Let their betrayal be the fire that ignites your fight. Every lie, every wound, every heartbeat they tried to silence, those aren't chains. They're wings. You think pain is a prison? No. Scars are battle cries etched in flesh. Proof you refused to surrender. Did they think you'd crumble? Did they think you'd fade? You are the earthquake that shatters their doubts, the phoenix that laughs at ashes. Stand now, fists to the sky, and scream it. My ruin, my fuel, my enemies, my witnesses, my pain, my power. This is not survival. This is domination. Today, the world hears your thunder. Unbreakable, unstoppable, unforgettable. Rise and let your comeback terrify the darkness forever.